Hello, my friends. Out here picking Longleaf pine needles. Today is March 13th, 2025. Today is Thursday, and I've been coming out here every day and picking every single day. And why? Because this month, right around the second week to the third week, I get hammered selling Longleaf pine needles. How do I know this? I've been doing this for 5 years, and right around March is when it really kicks in. And so I'm stocking up my stockpile. I've been coming out picking every day. What I sell these for is $41 for an 18-ounce order. An 18-ounce order is 1 pound, 2 ounces. And I'll give a little extra if they're a steady customer. And I've been doing this for 5 years here in South Carolina. And I've been selling them on a website called E as in Eddie, T as in Tom, S as in Sam, Y as in Yarn. Etsy. Etsy is the name of the website. And I've been selling them on this website for, like I said, for 5 years. And because of that, I have a large clientele. I have a large customer base. So, due to that, I'm moving like 100 pounds a month. And when I first started, I wasn't moving 100 pounds a month. It started off very slow and took a long time to build up. Last year, I've been doing 100 pounds a month. And this year, I've been doing 100 pounds a month plus. So I got a large customer base, and I'm well known on the internet for selling these Longleaf pine needles because I've been doing it for a pretty long time. Most people don't last this long doing this, and I have. I have overcome everything, and because of that, I have a large customer base. So let me show you something, guys. In my hand here, I have around. I'm saying in my hand, this is like 10 ounces, definitely. This is like a large amount of pine needles. It's Longleaf pine needles. They're between 13 and 20 inches long. This is like 10 ounces right here. I normally roll them in 8-ounce rolls, but this 10 ounces right here in my hand has a value, a gross value of around $20, 21, and a net value of around 16, 17. Okay, I'm going to put that in my bag. And then, guys, you know what? I'm going to show you what's in my bag. So look in my bag now. I just placed that in there. And this is what's in my bag, 5 pounds. Definitely 5 pounds. And what I'm going to get for this 5 pounds is $108. 108 to 110. And I'm going to have a little left over. And that would be 4 18-ounce orders. And for like a half-pound order, I get like $20 gross, right around there. And for the 1 pound orders, I get 41 gross. So I'm just calling this $110 right here because I do give extra. And it took me a few hours to pick this. And I've been coming out every day because I know I'm going to get hammered. And when I get hammered, I get hit very hard. And I have to have my stockpile up to par to compensate for what I'm going to sell. I have sold in one day, I have sold 20 pounds. And I got to be ready for it. Just a few days ago, I sold 11 pounds in a day. I mean, and a couple days before that, I sold a few pounds. A couple days before that. So this is the month. The month of March, I always get hammered. And it's like the beginning of it's the startup of the busy season with these. Because people make things, they weave baskets and stuff, and they sell what they make. And they need to buy these off of me because I come out and pick them and wash them and clean them and bundle them. And that's why I have a large customer base. And the people that buy these off of me, they turn around and sell them and make a lot of money with them. Because what they do is they make a product, they'll weave something, some kind of intricate design into a mat. They'll sell it for hundreds of dollars. Somebody will buy it and hang it on the wall. They'll weave baskets. They'll imitate what Native American Indians have made in the past. And they'll imitate tribal symbols and stuff. And people pay hundreds of dollars for them baskets. and it's a large market, and a lot of people don't know about this market. They just don't know about it. And I happened to stumble on it when I moved down here to South Carolina, because I had a lot of Longleaf pine needles in my yard, and they were so long, I couldn't believe, like, I never seen pine needles 20 inches long, and even 13 inches long. So I started picking these things off the ground. I was raking them and shoveling them, and just throwing them in bags and trying to get rid of them. Then I had Googled, and I found out that I could sell these, and I started collecting them. Not a lot, maybe a pound or two. And at first I was selling them loose. I didn't know how to sell them. I never sold them before. So I was just getting a loose pound of them and selling them loose as a pound and sticking them in a bag or a box, and then just mailing them out. And then I wasn't selling them for a lot. I had no knowledge on them. And then I was washing them. And then as time went on, I got a little bit smarter and a little bit wiser. And I learned that I had to bundle them. And the people like them bundled. And I had to put them in a package where they're not going to really get damaged. And give them extra to compensate for if they do get damaged. And over time, I got better and better. And I started building up a customer base larger and larger. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, I'm selling 100 pounds a month. 5 years fast forward. And when I first started, it was a pound a week, a pound a month, 3 pounds a month. It was like that. I think the first year I didn't sell a lot. And then the second year it kicked in a little more, and I had over 100 sales. I was like, wow, I was impressed. And then I said, let me try. And then the third year, I had over 400 sales. It was getting like really monotonous. And then I started making different size bundles as time went on. And then I kind of cornered the market with it. As far as not really cornering it, I have a lot of competition, but I have a large customer base because the way I treat my customers, and I mail them, and the way I handle them, and they like them. And I mail them the long ones. I look for long pine needles. I refuse to pick up 10-inch long pine needles and try to get at least 12-inch or longer. And my customers really appreciate that, and they all rave about my pine needles because they're so long. And that's why I built up a large customer base over time. And I'm having a blast doing it, guys. And not only do I do this, I also sell vintage books online. And I've been doing that for a while too. Not as long as the Lonely Pine Needles. I've been doing this longer. But for probably around 3 years, I've been doing the vintage books. And I sell them too, and I make good money doing it. That's a bud on the end there, and that's 3 needles on one. So every one of them is 3. It's 3 in 1. So there's around 50 of these to an ounce. There's 50 Lonely Pine Needles to an ounce. And there's 400 to half a pound. And there's 800 to 1,000 to a pound. And to an 18-ounce order, there is 1,000. Roughly 1,000 Lonely Pine Needles. And if somebody orders 2 pounds, 3 ounces off of me, because that's what that order is, I'll give a little extra, and that'll be double. It'll be like 2,200 Lonely Pine Needles or more. Depending on the thickness, the thinness, and how many are in an ounce. And I sell 3-pound orders, 3.5-pound orders, and people buy them. And I have people that buy double and triple orders and buy 10 and 12 pounds. I have people that buy 10, 12 pounds once a month. I have people that buy 10 pounds every other month. I have people buy a pound a month. I have people buy a pound a week. I have people buy 2 pounds a week. I have people that'll double and triple up on orders. And here, guys, here's a fresh one. This is really fresh. It's still green. They can't really use them like this, but I'm going to show it to you guys. Here's what they look like when they first fall out of the trees a lot of times. Like this. They're this yellowish green color. Now, they can't use these because they'll shrink when the sap comes out of them. So I do put a little bit in the bundles, not a lot. But they really want them brown because they can weave with them and they're not going to shrink. And some of the baskets that people sell will sell these baskets for a couple $100. And some of the wreaths that hang on doors, they're selling for $30 to $50. And a 18-ounce order, they can make like 10 or 15 wreaths. And you do the math, 15 times 50, $750. And what do they pay? $41. But yes, they have to make them. And they use string when they weave them. They use different things. They have different techniques. But they're making, they make decent money with them. And some of the baskets, they make a ton of money with. If they're a really good weaver and they know what they're doing. So, I'm just a supplier. That's all I am. I supply the product. And the people can't get these in every state. They don't grow in every state. I'm here in South Carolina. They grow in South Carolina where I'm at. They don't grow everywhere. They grow in zone 7, 8, and 9. These 3 zones they grow in. Zone 7, zone 8, and zone 9. And I say this in every video almost. They grow up in Virginia. They grow down as far as Florida. They grow west as far as Texas, only certain parts of the state. And a lot of states they don't grow in. They grow in southern states. And a lot of people can't get them. And a lot of people move and relocate to different states. And they used to weave in the baskets and selling them. So they'll pay me to ship them to them. And I'll hand pick them. I'll hand wash them. I'll hand soak them. I'll let them dry. I'll package them and I'll sell them. People buy them. People make their product with them, just like somebody would buy paint to paint the painting, or a canvas to paint the painting on. Or people buy this stuff because they make stuff with it and they sell what they make. And they don't quabble. When people buy a canvas to paint a painting on, they don't quabble about the price. When they buy paint to paint the painting with, they don't quabble about the price. They buy it because they know that that's what they do. I mean, of course, they're going to look for something that's a deal, I guess. But I don't have any problems with my prices. My prices are good. Actually, my prices are low. I see a lot of people higher than me. My prices are right in the ballpark. I'm right there. $41 for 18 ounces is a good amount. It takes a while to pick these. You're not fast when you first pick them. I grab a handful. I'll reach down in the ground like this. I'll grab a bunch like this. I'll pull them up like that, a whole bunch of them. Now I'll slide them through my hand. I'm just doing this with one hand. But I'll slide them through, and I'll keep sliding them through till I get them built up in one hand. And I'll slide them through. I'll have like 50 of them in this hand like that. 50, I only got one there. But then when I do that, I'll keep doing it till my hand gets packed. Then I'll throw them in my bag. Then I'll do it again, and I'll repeat and do it again. And each time I'll get about 8 ounces in my hand. I don't get 10 ounces like I just showed you. I just wanted to show you what 10 ounces look like. So every time I get a handful, I'm getting like $13 worth. And then I throw it in that bag. And then I know 13, do it again, 13, 26, 13, 39, 40. 1353, 1365, 13, and so on. It just goes on. 78, 13, 91, and it just keeps adding up every time I get a handful. And that's what I make in my pocket. That's about what they sell for. They sell for more. Remember, they sell for 41 for 18 ounces. What I make over 18 ounces is 27 and change. So guys, anybody could do this. If you're looking to make money and you live in a state where these grow, you have to start picking them. And then you have to put them somewhere in your house, store them, wash them, clean them, bundle them, store them, keep them in an open bag, not a closed bag. They'll get mildew and stuff on them. Keep them in an open bag. And name your price, put them up for sale. You could sell them. If you're not, or if you're not in a state where these grow, check out my book thing. My books, I sell books too. I buy vintage books. I go to thrift stores. I buy books. I'll spend $1. I'll buy a book that might be signed by somebody or something. Somebody will donate it. Maybe their grandmother passed away and they took all the books out of the house and they donated them. And then one of the books is signed by somebody famous. And it's a first edition or it's a rare book or something. And you turn around, you put it up on the internet, you'll sell it, you'll see it disappear in a week, and you get $100. And it happens. You could strive and look for $10 books, $20 books, whatever you want to look for. And you could buy them in thrift stores. You can find them. Believe me. It takes a little research, takes a little time. But there's money to be made. I've been doing it for years. I make money on that too. I make around $3,000 a month selling books. I make around $2,700 a month selling lonely pine needles. And now I'm starting a new gig. I'm going to be doing gemstones. And I haven't had time to do it because I'm preparing for the books I'm okay with. I got around 2,000 items up on my store. So I could sit back on that. I'm okay with that. But the thing is, the pine needles I got to keep restocking. So, and plus I got 1,000 books in reserve in my office that I got to list. So I'm all set with the books. I don't need to go to a thrift store for the next few months, 5 months. And the thing is, now I've been getting gemstones. I got about 1,400 pounds of gemstones. When I say gemstones, I mean quartz, sell for $15, $25 a pound and up. And I got tons of it. And that's the next thing I'm going to be selling. And I'm preparing for it. And for me to prepare for it, it's taking time because I have the stockpile, I have everything, I'm all ready to do it. I just been building up my inventory with my lonely pine needles to get that situated, so I'm good for that, and I could possibly stop picking for a week once I get up to around 50 pounds. So, and because I normally pick every other day, but when it's busy, this time of the year I pick every day to keep my pile going. But I have a lot of stuff on my plate. I have a lot of things I have to do. So I can't do everything at once. So I got to do it in stages. So right now I'm in my pine needle picking stage where I'm building up my stockpile. The next thing will be the gemstones. Gradually putting them up online, shining them, buffing them, doing what I got to do. But I can't do it right away. It's got to be in stages because that's how my time is very limited. But I'm making good money. I have no complaints. I kind of got bored with the pine needles after doing it for 5 years, so I kind of slacked off a little. Not slacked off in the sense where I stopped. I just set up a different routine with it. But now I'm really into the gemstones. It's a whole new animal. It's a whole new thing, and I'm really into it. So now I got to get that going too. But of course, I'm never going to give up my lonely pine needles. This puts food on the table. This pays the bills. This and the vintage books pay all my bills. Pay for everything. So I can't give it up. I got to keep it going. But I'm going to be doing the gemstone thing next. That's my next project. So guys, keep watching my videos. Check out my stuff. Watch what I'm doing. Learn how to, if you're doing the pine needle, learn how to wash them. Look at my videos, how I wash them and stuff. Look at different videos. Watch, get an idea, get a sense of how to do this stuff. It took me a long time to get fast. When I first started, it took me an hour to pick a pound. Now I could pick a handful in like 15 minutes. I pick a half a pound. And within an hour, I'm picking 2-3 pounds. I mean, I'm good. I'm very good now. So anyone could do this, guys. And like I said, if you can't do this, the vintage books, that's a blast too. You do that, you go out to the stores, you pop a book open, first edition, first printing, signed by the author, rare book. Oh my God, you're gonna sell it, make $20, $30, $40. You're giving them to having a sale, 50 cents. Do it, go for it, try it, do it. You need some extra money, everybody needs extra money. Don't tell me you don't need extra money. Don't quit your day job. This stuff takes time to build. Do it on the side. It'll give you a little extra money, help you pay your bills. Maybe you put a little bit bank account rolling to go on vacation or something. Do this on the side as a side gig with your job. If you're like me and you're retired, do it as much as you can, as much as you like, as much as you're able, depending on your physical condition. Physically, I'm, knock on wood, I'm solid. Knock on wood. Hear me knocking? Knocking on a tree. So if you're physically able and you're able to do this, go ahead, go right ahead and do it. If it's a little strenuous for you, you find this strenuous, try to book them. Take your time, walk around, browse around the books, browse around the store, look at the books. Get familiar, familiarize yourself with what you're doing. You need to get familiarized with whatever it is you're going to do. You're going to do the gemstone thing, go out, look at stones on a beach or wherever you're at and pick them up and see what they're worth. Familiarize yourself with it. Don't jump the gun. And like I said, don't quit your day job. But you'll do great. I did great with this. When I first started this, it was a hobby thing on the side. And really, it was for funds too. And then it took off on its own. But all right, guys. I hope you really enjoyed my video. And over and out.